Hello, everyone, and welcome finally to episode 1 of Hallows Veil. We have had to fight off so many horrors already today, and we haven't even started the stream. Um, Thank you very much to Hedge, who will be producing us for today. We're going to have to go around and introduce ourselves for the first times, if I can speak, which it seems to be difficult right now, which is great for the start of the stream. Hello, everyone. My name is Callum, and I will be our storyteller for tonight, and hopefully for the next 9 weeks, if the universe doesn't end. I use they, them pronouns and new for the Welsh watching. I will hand us round. I'm gonna have to look at the stream quickly because I don't know what we look like on stream. Okay, so I'm in the middle at the bottom. So I'm gonna go clockwise from me. So Alex, introduce
Hey,
yourself.
I'm
Introduce yourself.
great. I'm Alex. I'm a writer and actor. I publish and perform as Lex Wilson, and I am playing Asher. He, him pronouns for both me and my character.
Fantastic. Next, we'll go to Blue.
Hi, I'm Blue. You can find me online under Sanguis Blue. I am she, her pronouns, and so is my character. I am playing Ace.
Rice, directly above me.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, I'm Rice or Rice Cakes. I use she, they pronouns, preferred they. I today am playing Jules, who use all pronouns, mostly they as well.
Great. Next, we have Hector. Would you like a
Hi, I'm Hector. I'm at Keiichi Okami everywhere on the internet. Actual play performer and indie TTRPG writer. I'm going to be playing Antonio Ramos. My pronouns are he, they, but Antonio's is he, him.
And then finally, we have Magpie.
Hi, I'm Magpie. I use she, her. You can find me most places at Antique Horror. I am trying to get into writing comics and tabletop content, so you can see me try and figure that out in most places. I'm playing Elsie, she, they.
See, that's what I like to say. I do is I try to write and direct, but anyway. So, welcome to Hallows Veil, our new horror campaign, which is being ran in Kids on Bikes. This is a content warning for horror. This is a dark show. We have our internal lines and veils that we are all aware of and have agreed to take part in, but we don't know yours, chat. So please take your care of yourself while watching this. I'm hoping this will be fun. I'm not here to scar anyone. That's not my objective. Well, anyway. So just be careful and be aware that there'll be some gore, there'll be some swearing, there might be a little bit of adult themes, but not too much. These are teenagers after all. Yeah, so we shall start our story. And you join us at the end of the 20th century, sometime in a place called Hallows Vale, a small town on the north coast of England. We're looking around Blackpool, around Manchester. The camera zooms in on the UK, but it doesn't really show you where specifically it's meant to be. And our story begins a few nights ago from when we will start the game proper at the old lighthouse on the cliff looking over the town. There's a car inside of it, two teenagers. One wearing a rugby shirt. Him is talking to a girl around his age, both teenagers. Here's what I'm telling you. If you want to save your reputation, I'm your best bet. You've just got to, go on a few dates, make a Make a show of it, you know? I don't need you to save my reputation, she responds. Well, it's the rumor on everyone's lips around town. We all saw you with someone saw you with that badger kid, and now everyone believes it. So, unless you want your daddy to be very upset with you, you're gonna have to date me. No, I won't. All right, it's your reputation. Look, I brought you out to this lovely pitch black cliff where there's a broken. Why is the lighthouse on? How can He looks around the car and the girl he was sat with has gone missing. Didn't hear the door open. And the lighthouse is on. That's not right. And just before he can think about anything else, he feels something through his chest. As bursting out from the young man's chest is a branch. And we zoom out from the car and we see the rotating lighthouse. The light going round and round, and the light shines into the camera. And we cut a few days later. Jules is on their way to school. Jules, can you describe yourself?
All right. Jules is this person with an obnoxious taste in clothing, as in you can probably see them from a mile away. I'm talking arcade pattern shirts. I'm talking bright neon colors, and they're riding on this very rackety bike. Probably playing very loud music for everybody to hear, but they don't really care.
Absolutely. There is loud music playing, and your obsession with the 80s means that you're currently listening to Living on a Prayer. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, run! You have to run. You're in danger. Ah, living on a prayer as you ride into town on your way to school.
Sounds about right.
Would you like to respond to that moment in any way, or did your character not pick up on it?
I feel like Jules would have picked up on it, and probably from how weird it has been, either crash the bike or just slide across the pavement very close to crashing.
Absolutely. I think we can make a roll. I think we can make our first roll of the game already. For those of you who don't know, Kids on Bikes is a rules light-ish system. Each of the character stats has a dice associated with it, and they have a dice spread of the usual dice array of D4 up to D20 that they have given each die one stat. So I'm going to call this a grit. Let me try and find a difficulty chart so I can tell you how difficult I think it's going to be. As you can tell, I'm a little bit anxious because of all the technical issues. So I will try and slow down if I'm going too quick. Of course, the table for difficulty is not at the back of the book with all the other difficulties because that would make sense. That's how rule books work. I'm going to call this a difficulty 10 because it's been quite a shock. So what dice do you roll for grit?
For grit, I
Rice?
have a D20.
Okay, you can make this quite easily.
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. It's actually a solid 10.
That's a 10. Great. You make the roll. Absolutely. Which means that you are shaken for a moment, but you're used to riding your bike to school. You're used to people not paying attention to where they're driving. So like, you know, you've had to deal with a little bit of a shake before. So absolutely. You managed to keep stable on the bike. The music is still playing as normal. You don't know where that came from, and you're not sure if anyone else heard it.
Okay.
But as I said,
Probably.
so go ahead.
Okay, probably the first thing that they would do is either one, look around, two, start shaking the speakers.
Okay, you shake the speakers. I think no one around is taking much notice of you more than they normally would. Like it's a lot of people just like looking at you going, oh dear. Like there's a few people who are like there's a couple with a young child and they just see you and they go, don't look at them. Not because of their pronouns to specify. It's specifically the 80s outfit.
The bright neon colors.
The bright neon colors, like what? I do not want my child to think that's an appropriate style for anyone. We lived through the 80s, unlike that child, and we knew it wasn't great. We wanted to leave that behind. So yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's like disturbed by what they may or may have not heard. The amazing rendition of "Living on a Prayer" by me seems to have been just totally normal, as far as you can tell.
Sure.
But as you shake the speakers, it doesn't reveal anything more. It doesn't make another noise. It just keeps on playing the song.
Next course of action would be looking around to check if anybody was there that they might have passed.
Yeah, that's a great. Like someone might have messed with the radio signal somehow. That's a great kind of thing to think about. Yeah, let's give that. We could call that a brains if you'd like. We'll call that a difficulty. Give it a difficulty 7. Difficulty 7 brains.
Oh god. I have no way of passing that because I have a d6.
Well, if you get a 6 and you're underneath the target number, your dice explodes, means you roll again and you add the previous result. You also start with free adversity. So you could spend an adversity to get. And also, you're on your bike. Do you have any bonuses while you're on your bike to brains?
I need to remember if I do or not because I do not remember the colors.
Yeah.
I need to open the rules and check the colors. I am so sorry.
No worries. It's okay. We're all learning as we go. Let me just check the rules. It's not in the edition of the rules that's on Roll20 because, of course, it's not. I need to get a physical. If anyone from Hunter Entertainment is watching, please send me a book of V2. Send it to me. I'll pay you back one day. What color's your bike?
That's what I'm trying to check. I do not remember where to find the colors of the bikes.
It's in our Discord because it's not in the rulebook.
Oh, my bad then. I'm checking in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's in the character bit of our Discord.
Thank you.
Thank you for bearing with us, chat. This is a new system to most of us, as in all of us.
Okay, it was a red bike. Now I remember.
Okay.
Which
So
means
you spend one adversity, you get +2. So you need to roll a 6 or a 5, and you're fine.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Or you just fail and get adversity. There's no problem in.
I have
failing.
such good rolls today. I rolled
Okay.
a 6.
Okay, it explodes. Whatever you do, you get the 7. There is no one around that would seem to have walked past with a large radio. This is the late 90s. Radios might be small, but you'd probably see them. unless it was like, I don't know, some evil science experiment, which is like a really small radio that you couldn't see. As far as you can tell, no one around you has done anything that would look like a radio that could stop you or affect your radio in the nearby area.
I see. Well, with a very heavy heart, Jews would, for once in their life, turn off the fucking speakers and keep on going.
Great. Amazing. So let's take our camera elsewhere. Where shall we go? Let's check in with Ace.
Okay.
It's early morning. It's kind of time to go to school on a Monday. Where would Ace be? I'd say that school starts at 9. It's currently 8:30.
Oh, okay. I've got time. She's probably like packing herself some lunch or something in the kitchen, putting it in her backpack, ready to load up and go. So yeah, she makes herself a sandwich, grabs some crisps, and then sticks it in a bag, heads outside, just kind of generally shouts over her shoulder that she's heading off to school. And then she kind of walks down the block a bit, because the bike's not near the house. So
Okay.
she's kind of hidden it behind some bushes and attached it to like a lamppost. So yeah, she'll go find the bike, and grab it, unlock it, make sure there's no one around, like from her family that could see before riding off to school.
Yeah, and that all happens. There's no complications. No one's going to bother to steal a bike in Hallows Veil because it's probably not worth that much if it's in Hallows Veil. That's the kind of general go-to, is if it's in Hallows Veil, it's not worth anything. Yeah, and you head off to school with no problem. We'll quickly see what everyone else does on their way to school. Antonio, it's 8:30 in the morning. School starts in half an hour. What are you doing?
I'm probably making myself some coffee. To put in my coffee canteen. There's like an old school like metal percolator. I'm frothing the milk in a saucepan, Puerto Rican style. I probably have like the Smiths playing on like an old little like great cassette player, but like 1990s Smiths playing.
I don't know any of
Actually,
their
no.
songs. You're safe.
Yeah. Just sort of playing as he's getting all his stuff ready. How much of a bike ride is it from my parents' flat to
I would say because of the
school?
size of the town and the location of the school, which is kind of center of everything. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, if we imagine that Hallows Vale is a seaside town, more in the style of a fishing village than a normal area around here, which is usually quite flat because it's very Blackpool, that kind of area is very flat. This has actually got a little bit of a hill to it.
Mm-hmm.
At the top of the hill is a large forest and a cliff side that leads out to the lighthouse. As you go down the hill, you go into the residential areas, and then there's a main high street along the bottom of it, where the seaside is, and there's a little bit of shopping going up towards the bottom end of the hill. But in the center of the hill, in dead center of the town, is the school.
Okay.
To the far left of the town is the town hall, and the far right is the emergency services building, in which all emergency services share a building. There is 3 different cars: an ambulance, a police car, and a fire truck. And there is 2 garage spaces. So one is parked outside, and it is simply depending on when the last one was used. As soon as one is used, the other one parks in its place. So that's the kind of vibe we've got going with the town. So
Okay.
no matter where you are, it will take you about half an it might take a little bit longer to go uphill than it will to go downhill.
Okay, so
Uh,
I think my character, right, is gonna, put his messenger bag, get into his bike, and then make the long trek to school. I imagine my character probably, if there's a bus, if there's any kind of bus, like public transportation, he probably takes that on the way home, so he doesn't have to bike up that hill.
yeah, great, perfect. There is a school bus service. It does a one rotation around. It doesn't go out of town. If you live in Hallows Veil, you probably go to Hallows Veil High. If you live outside of it, you're going to Badgergate on Seas High School, which is the neighbouring town
Oh,
that we don't like, which is important to
yeah, no.
remember.
No, I go to Hallows Veil High.
If you're rich and live in Hallows Veil High, so if you're rich and live in Hallows Veil, you might go elsewhere, but everyone will shame you for it, so it's probably not worth the effort. So yeah, you bike on over to school with your coffee in hand. Lovely. And finally, before we all arrive at school, let's check in with Asher. What's Asher up this morning? Half 8 in the morning.
Half 8 in the morning. I got up really early to avoid my parents, and I basically snuck out and been reading a paperback book, like 2 blocks over from my house before heading into school. Listening to my Discman, which is the future of music, by the way. It's you can have like 30 songs in your pocket. So I think we're all in agreement that that this medium is here to stay. So I've bought all my albums on mini disc. Because it's future proof.
Oh no.
That's got me already.
I did my
That's the
research.
best bit. I'm sorry. That's so good.
I did my research. I did my research in that I lived it. I lived the 90s.
Oh, absolutely. The mini disc is the future
Yeah.
of
Everything smaller will progress, obviously.
yeah, and there can't be anything smaller than that, right?
No.
What do you think is going to happen? A computer that's miniaturized and fits in your pocket? That's fucking impossible. Have you seen how big computers are?
It's digital. That's why it can be so small. It's digital.
This is why he's the rich kid in town, I swear.
Okay. Where do you go to hang out and read your book? Like, is it a specific place, or is it just like a bench on the side of the street, or like, is there something that the way you like to go and hang out to hide from your parents?
It's a small park. It's this like almost real sad looking park that they're like, we need a community feature for this planned community, or a bunch of condos went up, a bunch of McMansion houses or whatever, and we just need something in order to appease the local building ordinances. And so they basically built this really pathetic. It has like 1 swing. There's like place for 2 swings, but it only needed 1. So they're like, we're just going to throw this at it. So I'm basically sitting on a swing and reading paperback book.
Absolutely. The Hallows Veil Restoration Society, when the new houses were built, demanded that greenery be involved. And they put out some fake grass and one bad swing that no one trusts, because the 3rd week that the house has been moved into, a kid flew off that swing. And anyway, so basically, yeah, this is, no one uses it, which makes it a perfect hangout spot for you. Despite the fact that everyone can kind of see you, because it's in the middle of this roundabout, basically, but not like an active roundabout. When you go into like an area of posh houses, and they've got those really slow roads that you go around, that spot's there. in the
It's
middle.
hiding in plain sight from my parents who take an over interest in what I'm doing, but they're not going to like leave the house in order to do that.
Great. And yeah, the five of you arrive at school, and it's now 9 o'clock. And I'm going to say that you all kind of arrive at the same time. And some of you might know each other, some of you might not. But there's something weird in the air. This isn't like most days at school. There's a weird somberness happening, and you're not quite sure why. So, Ace, you are popular in all the sports teams.
Yeah.
And which sports teams are you a part of?
Got rounders, football, swimming club, tennis. I'm sure there's some kind of like cheerleading attempt as well.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult because there's not enough players for the football team if they don't let the girls play
Yeah.
and others. So the football team is like all gender allowed, even when the opponents are all boys. Because Badger on Sea is the only team you play, and they've got a bigger area to pull from, so they've got enough boys. Yeah, the football team are kind of hanging out around the gates, handing out leaflets to everyone, and one of them calls you over. Who calls you over?
Tom.
Yeah, so Tom's like, Ace, you've heard, right?
What? Someone
Alex.
died?
No. Then he's not dead. What do you mean he's dead? We can't win if we don't have a captain.
Wait, what?
Sorry, Mark, calm down. We can't win if the captain's dead.
I was
Alex,
joking.
Ace, Charlie's gone missing. No one's seen him since Friday night. Family,
Like,
no one's seen him.
what? I mean, it's only Monday. Maybe he's just like, he's had a hard weekend and he's just scabbing off.
Yeah, but we checked all the usual places, and no one's been able to. Anyway, if you could do us a favor and like hand out some of these leaflets to people,
And she'll
maybe
look at the
someone's seen
leaflet.
something.
What's on the leaflet?
It's just like Alex's face. Football captain missing. Please find before Friday. We have a game. It's really important.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Who made
There's not even a
these?
phone number to call. It's just please find our football captain.
It's a free hot dogs Friday night if found.
It's we'll win the game if you find the football captain. If you don't, we're fucked.
Okay. Sure, I'll hand some out, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, for everyone else, I think there's the mood is like there's lots of whispers going around that like something's not quite right. But I think the bell goes before we even get a chance to really figure anything else out. You all called into homeroom, and you're all in the same homeroom class, or the first reception class, as they call it, or depends on where you're from, what they call it. But it's like you are all in your separate classes because you've all made your choices at school at what qualifications you're going for. But first session of the day, you all get together and a teacher marks down if you're here or not. And the teacher goes down the name and you all say you're here. Charlie. Well, that's all of us here today. Your home teacher, your class teacher, Mrs. Burton is a English teacher. Teaches English. To some of you, perhaps. Nice enough as a teacher. You're not going to write award speeches for this teacher. Does an absolutely bare minimum fine job. It's not cruel, not rubbish, just gets the job done. Yeah. In about her late 40s, you think that her marriage is on the outs, but you cannot confirm that. But it is a rumor that has gone around school. Don't spread it. People got in trouble for spreading that around school earlier this year. Mrs. Burton's like, well, I would like to remind anyone that if you have heard anything about Charlie, that it is best that you tell an adult anything you know. Okay, well, you have half an hour before your first lesson. Talk amongst yourselves. Goes to her desk. Oh, Antonio?
Who's Charlie?
Charlie is one of your classmates, Antonio. Captain of the football team.
Oh.
And the tennis team.
You mean...
And the swimming team. And the tennis team.
Oh. So...
Not the rounders team, though. Well, that is a very rude thing to say. This is one of your fellow classmates. And also someone of vital importance to the success of this school.
Honestly, I think this school would be much better if you just cut out all sports anyway. It's not like this town can afford it.
Hector?
Maybe if we focus more on, I don't know, the arts, extracurriculars, we might be able to pull this town out of poverty.
I appreciate your free spirit. However, this is one of your classmates has gone missing. I would give you a warning not to speak like that again. This might be quite an upsetting time for some of you. Mark stands up at the back of the classroom. Yeah! It's really upsetting! What are we gonna do if we haven't got a captain? We can't win! It's the only good player on the team, apart from Ace!
Nice, thanks.
Okay.
And Charlie was gonna give me a lift on Saturday. Oh, and he's my friend. I forgot about that, but it's really important that he's my friend. He's the only one on the football team who's got a car.
Right. I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna open my journal and just start scrawling in it.
I'm gonna go take a walk.
Yeah,
Mark storms off.
You go do that. I turn to the teacher and says, I'm very sorry, Professor. That was rude of me.
Well, it's good you know that, okay? It's good that you know that, Antonio, because it is high tension time for everyone. So let's make sure not to overreact.
Football players are fragile, and he wasn't wearing any pads, so, you know.
Oh, no, it's not. That's not. Football is soccer here.
I knew that. Asher might have known that.
Okay.
Joel's just sleeping at the back of the class.
Oh, you are sleeping, are you?
Jules is just
Could you
sleeping.
give me a...
All the rolls.
All the rolls.
I've been the only one rolling so far.
Could you give me a grit check, please?
That's good. That's my biggest die. Alright.
And no,
Wait,
you
wait,
don't have a
wait.
difficulty.
Well, lucky for me because it's a nat 20.
Great. Also, someone's pointed out to me, I completely forgot to introduce Elise this morning.
Elsie.
Elsie. I was not turning my brain on. It's okay. I'll adapt. Let me... Okay, you got a natural 20. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
In their sleep.
Okay.
Elsie,
Yes.
why were you late to school this morning?
Wow.
It tracks. Elsie would have been up late, rereading The War of the Worlds for the 17th time this month. Maybe not. They have the soundtrack as well. Is that out yet?
Of course.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, would have stayed up a little bit too late. Was probably tinkering a little bit as well. Went to bed late. Completely forgot to set her alarm clock. Woke up kind of with the sunrise. Oh, absolutely not. Oh dear. Oh no. Immediately up. Throw whatever clothes are on. Nothing matches. Thrown book, snacks, drink, maybe pens into any old rucksack that is lying around the room. Throw it on, bike, speed, skids into the car park for added effect. And yeah, you just see a blur of like really bright floral shirt, kind of dungarees with way too many badges on, and just red pigtails. Just zoom past the classroom, skid again to a halt, and then grab onto the door frame and be like, I have no excuse. This is who I am as a person, but I'm hoping you'll find it in your heart to forgive me. And just kind of waltzes in.
I, like, Mrs. Burton looks over. Oh, I see we didn't get down to your name on the list. I didn't know you weren't here. But of course, please, Mrs. Burton actually loves you because you read.
English teacher, love it.
Which is like, so like, it's clearly that the stress of whatever's going on, which you still don't know because you missed it,
Yeah.
is affecting everyone, including Callum, the GM, who forgot there's 6 players, there's 5 players, not 4, because I made that horrible decision, despite the fact I love all you being here.
I'll
Thank you
leave.
for staying. So yeah, but I will say that you did notice Mark run out of the classroom before you arrived, and head off down the corridor. But yeah, you don't. So yeah, you go to sit down, which is when you hear the blood curdling scream from down the corridor.
Oh.
And with that, we are at the hour.
Oh,
So
oh.
we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back to pick up on the grit check and whatever that blood curdling scream was. Hedge, if you're there, please take us to break screen. Welcome back, everyone. So, Jules, what do you dream about?
That is a very good question.
Where are you in your dream?
Since they fell asleep in their class, I'm guessing they're somewhere either at school or even better, they're back at home with their mother in the kitchen.
Okay, so you're in the kitchen, and at first you do hear your mother's voice, and then it fades out, and she's not there. Is there someone you have an affection for, a desire for almost, in your life?
That would be Jules' little brother, the one she's most protective of.
Yeah. Okay. So your brother, your little brother, is standing in the kitchen, looking at you.
Jules is gonna be kind of confused, looking around, a bit dazed, and then they're gonna
Really,
crouch down.
brother, how boring! How utterly boring! Is that really what your heart desires? To protect your family, to care for your family? Oh, I can do nothing with this one.
Jules is gonna stay there a bit stunned, take a few steps back, and kind of squint a little bit.
You see your brother begin to spin and turn and twist, and the body kind of morphs into this purplish form that stands, and you can't really make out what it is. It's something that exists between all the forms of gender that you know. She stands at about 5'11", looking at you with no eyes. It's just the color and this weird form. How very boring. Perhaps you'll have better luck. And coming through the kitchen door is a smartly suited, dressed man with very neat hair, slick back, very sharp features. Now. No need to bully the poor child. They don't know what's to come.
Jules is just very much disturbed at this point. They're trying to put up like a calm stance as they've been taught that they should do. But I'm guessing that they're instantly reaching out for the kitchen knife that's behind them.
You pull for a knife, and there is no knives in the kitchen knife keeper, but there is this really long, like almost like a piece of paper that's very sharp, kind of folded over a couple of times, and you hold it in your hand, and you realize that that's where the laughter's coming from. And it jumps out of your hand and kind of levitates in air and forms this crooked smile out of this mysterious paper. Boo! And you wake up.
Okay. From that dream, there is no doubt that Jules would just go toppling over in their chair and just on their back. Probably
And-
like squirming around like out of the chair, maybe even hitting like the back wall or something, because that was just horror.
Absolutely. And as you do that, you hear the blood-curdling scream from the corridor. It all happens at once, and that is the scene that is before you. There is panic. Everyone in the room is like, fucking like, what the fuck is going on? Mrs. Burton's like, please, class, everyone stay calm. Everyone stay calm. But before she can say anything, everyone is running out of the classroom, past USC, like it's pushing past,
Wow.
until it's just the five of you left in the room, and Mrs. Burton, who's like,
I'm gonna help Jules get up. Like, I'm gonna be startled by the scream, but I'm gonna see that Jules has fallen, and even though I don't know them, like, they might be hurt or something. And my character just kind of gets up and like helps them up.
yeah.
Are you okay? Hey?
As Jules is gonna get up, they kind of stammer around a bit, looking a bit confused. And then the first thing that they're gonna do is just, weirdly enough, touch Antonio just to make sure he's real and they're not stuck in some dream loop.
Could you roll me a brains check of 7?
I can't.
And Antonio, could you also roll me a brains check of 7?
Yeah. Yay, I get to roll some dice. I'm so excited.
Listen,
Hooray.
I was dreaming about this first session for weeks, and someone actually fell asleep in class.
Oh no.
I was so happy that someone did that. So I could do that to
I
you.
rolled a 1.
Take an adversity point for the
Okay.
failure.
I rolled a
Gotcha.
5.
Okay, take an adversity point. You're pretty sure he's real.
Okay.
But for a second, you both feel that someone's watching you.
Mm,
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. I look around the room to see if there's any like hidden cameras or some nonsense.
You can't see any. Wait, there is. No, it was nothing. There was something in the window, but you don't know what it was.
I'm gonna look at the teacher.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, someone might be in trouble. Shouldn't
Yes.
you at least go check?
Absolutely. I should go and check. And she goes to the door, and there's Mark. Hello, Mark. Mark. And you can't see Mark because Mark's on the other side of her, which is weird because she seems to get a little bit taller, and then you notice that her feet aren't touching the ground because Mark has picked up Mrs. Burton by her throat.
I'm going to immediately rush Mark.
Same. I have a crush on this teacher.
As that's been going on, is Elsie still standing sort
Near
of
the door.
in
Yeah, you can see clearer than everyone else that Mark, there is something wrong with Mark.
War of the
He
Worlds hardback? Bonk.
Okay. So if you all could give me a fight check.
Fight? Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
Elsie, your fight check is gonna be a 5.
Cool.
The other two, let's call it a 9.
That's a 5.
Great.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. God. Okay. Mine is a 9, right?
Yep.
I got a...
Remember to add a +1 to fight because you're teenagers.
10? No. Hang on. 6.
That's not how maths works.
6.
That's a
The last,
six.
the last number I heard was a 9, so then my brain went, yeah, that's
5.
the next number.
6. You're good.
Thank you.
Actually, is this a snap decision?
Yes.
Okay, instead, this is a 9. Nope, that's still not gonna help. Because I have a 12 and fight, and no, you know what? I'm just gonna take the failure. I have
Okay.
I just got a 4. So
A 4 on a not. Okay, so Elsie, take book, smash Mark, drops Mrs. Burton, who like stumbles backwards, and now everyone can see that Mark is like there are like I don't know how to describe it other than there are branches sticking out of every part of his body. Like
Oh,
they are
dear.
growing around him, but not like in a nice poison ivy kind of way, as in like they are sticking out of his body at different points. Like just like whole it's almost as if a large branch has grown up through him and is now sticking out at various points in his body. And is like he's shifting along like he's almost being puppeted by the branch. And yeah, you smash him. Miss Burton is fine. The other two then charge and just creakily pushes you both to the floor. You're on the floor. You're not injured necessarily, but like this is not gonna work in his current state. Had the power to simply pick up Mrs. Burton. This is not gonna go well if you try and fight this guy using your muscles.
gotcha.
Ace is going to move forward to be stood next to Elsie. And kind of like, she's got this like folded up piece of paper, which was one of the posters, and had been intending to hand it to Elsie, but she ends up just kind of like shoving up next to her instead and like passing it into her hand, stood next to her, ready to be like, what the fuck is going on?
I feel like Elsie would probably sort of feel a hand, would then grab her hand and just try and book it very quickly. But sort of like we'll try and keep a hold on.
Cool, absolutely. Both of you roll me a flight check. We'll call it a 7.
That's something I'm notoriously good at. That's a 5, but I max out at a d6.
Cool.
I think I have any. No, so that's a 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that with Ace helping you, like you stumble. I think Ace just literally picks you up, and you both run. You managed to make it away, which would be great. Apart from you didn't find everyone else, who are like slamming against the fire exit and cannot leave. And then you see at the other end of the corridor, because everyone turns around to go the other way, it's Charlie,
Okay.
who also has pictures of branch sticking out of him.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Oh, this is so
But like,
bad.
it's a lot more formed. It's less jagged and wired. It's like this is like the his skin has started to green, and
Like March of the
bark
Ents.
has covered his fist.
He's like a community feature for the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I got something. But unless does anybody else have anything they want to do?
Well, I was going to say back in the classroom,
Yes.
Mark shifts their head, looking round the room, and they find who they're looking for, and starts to make their way over to Jules.
No.
I feel like the first thing that Jules would do is try and like slam the desks so that Mark can't reach. Tell the two to just shout run, and then they're gonna book it for the window and fucking jump out.
Well, luckily you're on the first floor, so that's fine. Please roll me a flight check. We're gonna call jumping out the window a 10.
Sure.
Um,
I'm gonna do a little bit of this. 11.
You open the window that like normally wouldn't open the whole way, but in like your adrenaline, I
Yeah,
think it's
just
your adrenaline. I mean, it must be your adrenaline. It can't be that someone's opened the window for you. Anyway, you push open the window, and you just jump out, and it's like a very small jump, and you're out into the car park. Lads.
I'm going to, for like 3 seconds, I think I'm going to be maybe brave, but then I see what Jules does. And then while Mark is distracted, I'm going to grab Asher's wrist and bolt out the door and kind of toss him out. And I'm not running. I'm actually, oh, shoot, no, the teacher. Has the teacher left?
The teacher is out of action.
Out of
We're not
action?
leaving Miss Bird. There's a rumor that she's recently divorced.
Do you say that out loud?
I say we're not leaving the teacher. Yeah, I say that she's recently divorced.
Boom.
I have no filter.
Rumors. The Mark turns to look at you. No more rumors. No more gossip.
I'm sorry.
So we're going to flash back a little bit here. Jules, about a week ago, you saw Liz, as she's known in school, but Elizabeth to her father, the daughter of the mayor. And you saw her somewhere, didn't you? Where did you see her?
A week ago, I think that Jules would probably, since they're working at the grocery shop so much, Liz probably walked in, maybe with someone,
Yeah.
and that's what they saw.
Yes, Brad. Brad from Badgergate on Sea. I've got to remember the name of the fucking town we invented. Fuckers. Absolutely ruined me. Yeah, and Brad's with Liz.
Yeah.
And you overheard something in the conversation, and you're not sure what it was, but you mentioned it to someone that you saw at school the next day.
I mentioned it probably. I mentioned it to the friend that I go and always smoke with, didn't I?
Yeah.
Asher.
I
So
mentioned
Asher,
it to Ash.
Asher, you heard that the daughter of the mayor was seen with someone from Badger's Gate. And who did you tell?
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I might have mentioned it to Hector.
So Hector, who did Antonio tell it to?
Who did Antonio tell it to? Strangely enough, nobody. Like, it kind of died when it got to him because he doesn't know anyone. He's new in town. And actually, his response might have been, who cares?
Yeah. Unfortunately, someone overheard your conversation.
No worries.
And then it started to spread and it mutated.
Yeah.
And now people think that Liz was going on a date with someone from Badgergate. But I'm sure that can't be the reason why this is happening. So Mark's looking at you, Asher, with deadly intent.
While it's looking at Asher, I'm gonna grab a chair and just chuck it at him.
Could you roll me a fight check, please?
Absolutely.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. Okay, this is what I am going to do. I'm going to spend 1 adversity point to make this a because it's a snap decision, so I can get half. So I have a D12, which is 6. Then I'm going to spend another adversity point and make it 7.
Yeah,
And hit him with the frickin' chair.
absolutely.
And yeah, flavor-wise, my character just looks cool and calm, and just while the creature's focusing, all of a sudden, a chair just flies into the frame and hits him, and I'm just like, run!
You hear crack as the branches inside of Mark snap and the body falls to the ground. So that's Mark done with.
I check on Mrs. Bird.
Yeah, Mrs. Bird is she's kind of coming around. Whatever's
Does
going
she have a
on.
wedding ring on?
Absolutely. You can see like the marks around it where she's been playing with it, but the wedding ring is still on.
I ask her if she's okay.
Yeah, oh my God, Mark tried to hurt me, and he's now on the floor. Is he okay? Is that blood pouring onto the floor?
I think it's sap.
Oh, that makes less sense. We must gets up, goes outside to the corridor where everyone else is. Just apart from Jules, who's outside, to see Charlie. You're okay. Why are you covered in moss and bark?
What's Mark doing?
What's Mark doing?
What's Charlie doing?
Charlie is breathing heavily.
Are there any fire extinguishers on the corridor?
Yeah.
Good shout.
Can I schnaffle a fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
Cool. Elsie is going to take a second, realize this is like one of every single book that she's ever read, is going to grab it, sort of like gear the nozzle up, clearly has no idea what they're doing, and is just going to try and whack with whatever comes out the fire extinguisher, failing that round 2 of how hard can I bonk a tree
Could
man.
you roll me a brains check of 7?
Oh, okay. Hold the
While
line, caller.
Elsie is doing that, I think Ace is just stood there, has clocked what they're doing, and is just like, "Hey, Charlie, you good?"
That's a 2.
So
Oh,
has
no.
Ace ever spread the rumor about Liz?
Probably.
I can smell it on you. The lies.
She's like, "What?"
Starts kind of stomping towards you.
Charlie?
Reaches out a hand, and from the hand grows a branch.
Bro.
It swirls as it gets closer to you, almost like it's ready to jump.
As this is happening, she's like reaching towards her backpack and grabbing the rounder's bat, and it's just like, "Bro, Captain, what? You good?"
Yeah. So Elsie, what did you get on that brains check?
That was a grand total of 2.
You haven't even pulled the pin out.
Round 2, then we'll go with
Yeah. Roll me a
whack.
fight check, both of you.
Oh,
Oh,
this
shit.
is
I'm
fine.
gonna say you're just hitting something. Oh, this is a difficult moment because
Okay.
you're in mortal danger. There's a tree. Collectively, you've got to get to 10.
We can do that.
Okay.
The fire extinguisher gives me the idea of taking out my lighter.
That's a 3.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna say-
3 plus 1 because you're a teenager.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's 4.
So that's a
4.
4. I got a 4 plus 1, so that's a 5. So that's
Mhm.
9.
That's 9. You have adversity to spend.
So
I don't mind spending 1.
yeah, sure, go for it.
Cool. So you hit the 10. Rounders back. Bam! Hand flies off. Not literally, but like
Yeah.
you pushed away.
Yeah.
Then Elsie, with all your weight, you try and like smash the fire extinguisher. And you just about do it, but some of the branches sticking out of the back of Charlie like burst through the fire extinguisher, causing like all of the gas to release. And in the chaos, you're pretty sure Charlie's gone.
In the literal sense or in the sense?
Use it to skedaddle.
Okay, he's skedaddled.
He leaves.
Yeah. Made like a tree and left.
Oh dear.
Boo.
Elsie
Well,
just sort of
As far as the
stands
four of
there.
you are concerned, Charlie's gone.
Okay.
Jules,
Oh no.
still hanging around the car park.
I feel like probably because they're worried.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Door slams open. Stomping out. Jules. The seed of destruction.
Aren't you the guy that keeps buying S condoms?
You and your tongue. You will never lie again! When suddenly, Charlie is hit by a car.
Amazing.
And the door opens. Get in!
Jules
a-
is just gonna sit there a bit flabbergasted, like, who are you?
So you look and you see someone who's about your age, a young teenage girl with kind of like weirdly white hair, which comes down to her shoulders. You've seen her around town, and she does go to school, just not in your class, and you don't share any classes together that you can remember right now. But you're pretty sure this is Lucy. They're kind of a weird person at school. No one really hangs out with them. Even the weirdos don't hang out with Lucy. And you're also pretty sure this isn't Lucy's car.
Did you nick the car?
Yes, do you want me to save you or not?
I mean, sure, but there's people inside.
He's after you.
What the hell? Why would the hell would be he?
Get in the car.
What the fuck I
The
do?
car is pushed backwards as Charlie has recovered from being hit by a car.
You know what? Never mind. And they just jump in the car.
Cool. Absolutely. And you drive off. So Mrs. Burton has recovered and is kind of gathering everyone up and putting everyone into the school hall. And this is going to be okay. We're calling the police. They were clearly on some sort of drug that has given them adrenaline fueled rage strength.
Adrenaline fueled branches? What are you on about?
I don't
Mrs.
know what
Bertram,
you're talking about. There were no
They had
branches that I saw.
they had branches sticking out of them. They were attacking people.
Why?
They
why don't-
Mark raised you up the ground.
why
Look,
don't-
I understand that you want to tell the police something different, but you're an English teacher. You know all the old stories.
That is more than enough. You four, my office, now. The headmaster enters. Yes.
Imagine Elsie's just sort of like
Asher,
trying to convey
Elsie.
across.
Ace, Antonio, my office now.
What? What?
Fine. And then I just start marching.
I look at the window to see if Jules is still there, or if do I see Charlie? What do I see?
No, that's kind of all happening as you were led into the hall, the kind of
Okay.
sports hall, where all sports take place indoors, and like, yeah.
Can I get a vibe check on the headmaster?
Headmaster fucking terrifies you.
Is he of like a branchly nature?
No, he's just fucking scary.
Okay, cool. beans.
Unusually so today, or
This is always how the kind of the headmaster speaks. Like you could hear his voice coming from the depths of your soul. Yeah. Professor, despite being a headmaster teacher, is Professor Quill. is the nickname that the school have given him. His actual name is Professor Quillianus, but no one can say it properly, so everyone just calls it Quill. It is a good description for this teacher. It seems like a creature from the depths of hell has pretended to be a school teacher.
Oh no.
Smartly dressed, in like a suit that is way too nice for Hallows Veil, and drags you all, not by force, but just by demand, to his office.
Can I attempt to dip using rebellious?
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll me a flight of 15.
Oh fuck! I don't think that's gonna happen.
If a distraction is provided, could that help?
If you can hit a 10 on your distraction, yeah.
Oh, Elizabeth is going to. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to start talking about very specific, very niche poetry. Just asking questions. So what would that be? Would that be
Brains.
charm?
Or
Brains.
charm. Depends
I
how
like-
specific your questions are. I'm gonna let you, Elsie, roll brains.
Yeah, I think Elsie would probably try and get into like the real kind of gritty bits of some sort of poem that she's read somewhere but then didn't really know who the author was, and like they have to know more.
Yeah.
Watch me fail this. That's an 18.
Ooh, tasty.
Oh.
So they're gonna like sidle up to this professor, sort of hands in pockets, and we'll say, "So what do you think of this exact scene?" And then we'll start rattling off an entire poem. I imagine you know what they're gonna go. They're gonna go charge of the light brigade. They know it all the way through.
Amazing reference.
I can do the first stanza.
The meaning of the text is not decided by the author. The moment the author puts something down on paper, they die. Their impact on the
surely-
work is no more. Only our interpretation of the author remains. You've got to hit a 10 now instead with your
I got a
flight
10.
check.
I
Okay,
got a 10.
cool. Where are you running to?
Outside to see where the fuck Jules went.
Yeah. Yeah, you see as Jules is taken away by the car and Charlie Terminator runs after it.
Oh shit. Okay.
We're done.
Okay.
I'm gonna retcon Quill's name because I realise what I've done and it's shit. And we don't support fucking turfs.
No, we
So,
don't.
No.
Has anyone got a better name for the headmaster?
Man, as soon as you said headmaster, all I can think is the headmaster. So now I'm blanking.
Yeah, same. I think maybe they are just the headmaster. Maybe you
No,
don't
no,
need
no,
to
no,
know
no,
his
just-
name.
Just something garden variety, like Richard.
Richard.
Oh, Edward. You know, something very like royal family, like kind of
Yeah.
posh,
Edwards.
upstanding.
Edward?
Damien.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh
one.
my god, his name is Professor Damien.
Yes.
It's Damien, and he looks
Yeah.
like he's from hell.
Yeah.
I know someone who had a dog called Damien. And it was
Aw.
the weirdest
Ma-
thing watching this little spaniel go running across the street and someone going Damien after them.
Hey
Damien.
guys,
My little brother.
don't be
My little
afraid
brother
to
was
retcon
named
on the
Damien. It was
fly
a
and
great
talk with
source
your
of comedy for
players.
many years.
Your players will have better ideas than you will sometimes, apart from this adventure where I have had a very good idea. Apart from the name of the
Fair.
headmaster, who is now Damien, Professor Damien. And
Cool.
and the three of you who don't escape arrive in Damien's office, which is the most expensive room in Hallows Veil. It is a large study with library books and library shelves covering the walls. It feels like you're in a place that doesn't belong here. There are antique furniture, an antique large desk, a chair. There is a globe that is like you see it in your standard adventure movie study. Like that's what you've walked into. And like the lighting is all like old light fixtures, even for the 90s. You will all sit. Blast. No matter. You three of you have gone through a stressful experience. You may have seen things that may not have happened.
I would like to spend an adversity point to use intuitive. I may spend one adversity token to ask the GM about your surroundings and NPC or the like. The GM must answer honestly.
Absolutely.
Is this authority figure going to try to convince us that the supernatural things we saw did not happen?
No. He's going to try and convince you not to tell anyone about them.
Okay. My character starts to get tense and then his shoulders start to relax.
The captain of our football team has gone missing. His teammate, in a confused, drug-addled rage, has attacked a teacher. These are tragic events, and he lost his life in the confrontation. That none of you were responsible for. We don't want undue stress affecting the school before a big game, do we? So whatever you saw, it best stay in the realms of your dreams or nightmares.
If these things that didn't happen start happening again, can we rely on you to protect us?
Safe? You're in Hallows Veil. Nothing ever happens here.
I understand. Headmaster. May
I would
we
like
be
my friend-
may we be dismissed? Oh,
Go ahead.
I would like my friend to not be charged with murder, so I'm all fine with this conversation going. You're right. Nothing happened. Let's just get out of here. Nice talking to you.
Did you want to say something, Magpie?
No, Elsie's just sort of like looking like about 15 different thoughts are just
Mhm.
pulling through her head like Christmas tree lights.
Yeah.
Just that's
Yes, you're
about it.
dismissed. The whole school is being let go for the day after the incident.
I just sort of get up and I was like, Elsie, come on.
Yeah.
We'll go hang at my house tonight.
Okay. And then
Is
she'll
there
come
any
on.
like knickknacks or anything like that on a shelf that I could sort of just grab on my way out if I were so inclined and it was tempting enough?
We're such teenagers.
And this
Roll
is why
me.
Jules and Ash are friends.
Roll me. What can I get
Well,
you to
I figured I
roll?
wanted to.
That's something that's juicy. Could you roll me a brains check? We'll say 5.
Five.
There is a book that has been like pulled out, read, closed, and then something has disturbed the process of putting it back. So it's not been placed in its slot. It's just kind of resting on the edge of the shelf that you could grab.
All right, with my camera phone, I take a screenshot of. Oh, I know you don't have that yet. I'll just take the book.
As you do, everything's okay. And you're allowed to leave. So,
Let's go look for Jules.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we'll cut to Ace. Ace, you've just seen Jules get dragged off in a car, and then the football captain, but like tree man, has started to terminate a run down the street after it.
Yeah.
And yeah, what do you do if anything?
she looks at it and is just a bit like, he definitely couldn't run that fast before. And she considers going and getting a bike to chase, but then she's just like, that's insane. I would not be able to keep up with that. Okay, I'll just wait here until they're done with the headmaster, I guess.
Yeah, and everyone kind of comes out of the headmaster's office with the usual cell shock of having to speak to the headmaster.
What the fuck just happened?
He wants us to pretend nothing happened.
I just saw Jules get in a car with someone and they drove off and Charlie fucking chased them. Like legit was keeping up with the car.
Wait. You mean the one that fell that I helped up?
Jules is the one who jumped out the window.
Oh, the window. Well, what are we doing here? Let's go get our bikes and chase
They were-
after them.
They were in a car. I don't know where they've gone.
Which direction? It's not a very big town.
I mean, that way, but I don't know.
Whose car? Who was in the car?
I don't know. I saw like.
If everyone gives me a brains check,
Okay.
we'll call this a brains check of 9.
Okay. Oh, wow.
It's a 19.
Okay, so you look around the
Oh.
car park, and you notice that in the teachers'
That's a
parking
one.
spaces there is a car missing. Mr. Hardcastle, who is the chemistry teacher, his car is gone.
Ooh.
If you passed or failed, you got the same information. But if you failed, get a university. If you passed, you got it. Yeah.
So who passed?
I failed. Big time.
The 19.
Okay, so Elsie, you have that info.
Elsie, the petrol head, will know. She's got
Yeah.
like scans of all the cars.
It's like it's a BMW estate. You know, because it seems it's not the best car. It's not like a great BMW, but it's kept in good nick. The man clearly cares about his car, and you're pretty sure he's been stealing chemicals from the science lab in order to create cleaner to clean his car better.
Perfect. I feel like Elsie sometimes works at the local kind of mechanic shop and has definitely tried to kind of get a bit of a vibe on the different cars that are in the area. So yeah, we'll
It's
relay
the
that information.
90s, and it's like the worst era of 90s car in Hallows Veil. Like everyone has a box. Everyone's cars are boxes, and
Love
they're
it.
not nice
Love it.
boxes. They're like peak 90s box cars. So everyone's got like cheap Volkswagen Golfs, Fords, BMWs. No one of the normal townsfolk have got nice cars. The posh fuckers who live on that new housing bit, they've got good cars, but you've not seen them drive since they've arrived.
Yeah, those fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, those fuckers.
I mean,
Jules would.
I don't.
Jules, sorry, good.
No, I was just gonna say we can't leave Jules. We've got to try.
Yeah, I say Jules would never get in a car with a teacher unless they had drugs.
No, it
So-
definitely wasn't the teacher driving. It didn't look like them anyway.
Oh, it 100% wasn't Mr. Hardcastle, because
Yeah.
you can see and hear Mr. Hardcastle attempting to coerce the student.
Yeah, it wasn't Mr. Hardcastle. He's over there. But
Could I raise a small problem? Just like a tiny problem with this
Sure.
situation. Tree person chasing Terminator style, not really got much in the way of hitting them with.
I mean, you say that, but the whole thing with that fire extinguisher was epic.
You nearly got them with a bat.
I mean,
And-
it was a two-way thing, but it was fucking cool, man.
It was. That should have been on telly.
Right?
Right. I look worriedly at Asher, and like my eyes aren't communicating. Like that kind of like worry, about Mark. But I don't say anything.
I put my hand on your shoulder
Okay, no.
and I say,
Antonio, roll me a brains of
Yeah,
5.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Roll me a
No,
brains of
I'm
5.
totally down because like, no, I got a 3, so I get another adversity point. And then at that point, I think like big, fat tears, because like
Yeah.
I think that
So-
my character is always cool, always
On a-
calm. I've got a great D20, but just big, fat,
On a
rolling
3,
tears.
on a 3, you don't know if Mark was already dead before you threw. That's the realization you make, is that
Oh,
the branches sure were spooky, but you have no idea what the branches did or didn't do. So if
Uh,
if there was a way of saving him, you threw the chair and killed Mark.
Oh my god.
I think I killed Mark.
Wait, what?
They were.
You s-
They were. They were.
you saved.
Well, I threw a chair. I just thought since he was like some kind of weird monster, that he would just shrug it off. But then he fell, and the headmaster's gonna cover it up.
Wait, so
You know where
Wait.
this in? And the
he stayed down?
And the headmaster could confirm that he was dead.
The headmaster
Okay.
said as much. Yeah.
Wait, so hold on a minute, because we hit him with a fucking fire extinguisher and a bat, and that guy just shrugged it off and then chased a fucking car down the road. Like, how did Mark go down from a chair?
I think Elsie is gonna go and give a hug just in case. We'll kind of just
yeah.
offer.
Just like I just give her like a huge hug. This is the most open that you have ever seen Antonio be. Like Antonio is just built up this whole goth Spanish mystique. You know, like speaking Spanish to people he doesn't care for and pretending he doesn't know how to speak English. Like that kind of like. And then this is the first time in like a public space in the friend group that they've really kind of been emotional.
Yeah, Lynn's gonna like up on tippy toes to kind of like try and be a little bit taller, so it's a good hug.
Just I feel like we have to find Jules. I have to make up for what I did to Mark.
Maybe
Everybody, apart from Jules, roll me a grit check.
Oh.
There is no difficulty.
I am going to.
This is not a this. I will let you do this as a planned action. So if you want to take half, you can take
I'll
half,
take-
but
yeah,
I can't
I'm
tell you the
gonna-
difficulty.
Yeah, I am. You know what? I'm gonna go for the roll. I'm gonna go for the drama. Let's do it.
9.
Somehow got a 17, but my grit is a D10.
It will explode.
It will
Oh,
explode.
I
Oh.
see.
It went bang.
11.
I got an 18.
17.
Walking into the car park is a man with slick black hair, short, and dressed in a very smart suit, even nicer than the headmaster's suit. You wish to find your friend? I can assist.
Who the fuck are you?
You can call me Ambition.
That's a weird ass name.
But it feels right, and you know it's right. That's me, the GM, telling you, not Ambition.
Thank you for clarifying.
All I need is something from each of you.
I'm gonna spend an adversity point to activate intuition.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look him dead in the eye, and I want to ask the question: is this a devil's bargain?
Absolutely. Do not take this deal.
What's the most
I
stealable
take a
looking
deep
car?
breath. I take a deep breath and I say, "No este dia, diablo," which translates for the audience to "not today, devil." And then I walk off and I'm heading towards my bike.
Great. What were you gonna say, Magpie?
Elsie's gonna look for. Are there any cars that look particularly stealable?
Not in this moment. Your
Cool.
eyes are drawn unnaturally to Ambition.
Ooh. I think she's probably not got the
What did you get on your grit check? 17?
17.
You can look away.
Oh, cool. They immediately like.
Yeah. Roll me a
Pocket towards
brains
the
check of 10.
Hold the line corner. That's
I
a
can help you
15.
find jewels. I only need one of you to agree.
How exactly would you help us, though?
You can no longer see ambition. You looked away, you look back, ambition's not there. In fact, you can't see everyone else who can still see ambition.
Oh, frackadoodle. Okay.
And everyone
Yeah,
else
that's fine.
can see Elsie, but in like slow motion.
Oh, I've made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Elsie's in slow motion.
Yeah.
I go to Elsie to like try and get her attention.
I don't see anything, do I?
You don't see anything.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Elsie, can they hear me?
Nope. What was your check? What was your roll on the grit check?
That
Alex, what was your grit check output? Yeah,
9.
you can't even look away from ambition.
Okay.
Was I able to look
sorry,
away with
yes,
my 11?
Antonio and well, you said no. So Antonio, you can see Elsie, you can see each other, but you can't see the other two. And you can all see Antonio walk away in slow motion.
What did you do to our friends? Did you do something?
Oh, I did nothing to them. It's you I'm doing something to.
What are you doing to us?
Let's call it a timeout. A chance to save your friend.
From what?
There is a game being played in this town. I would like to win it, and currently, this isn't my play. You can be my play. One of the other competitors has a goal. Your friend's life is their target.
Why
Why
should
are
we
they-
believe you? You look
You
like an
believe
asshole.
them. You know deep down whatever they're saying is true, even if you don't know what it means. It's all nonsense bollocks, but you know
Okay.
that everything they're telling you is true.
Okay, I agree.
Wait, hold on a minute. Why are they trying to kill them?
And before anything else can be said, Alex, Asher feels something has changed.
Not my mini disc
Don't-
player.
You don't know what, but you have made a deal. The price was never specified, and you didn't offer anything, so it's just been taken without anything.
Mhm.
And in your mind, you kind of open your eyes, and you're looking through something. You're looking through a kind of like a crack in space, like you're in a wall and you're looking through the cracks, and you see where the car has yet to arrive, which is the old lighthouse. And it's not there yet. You know it's not there yet, but that's where it's going to be. And just before you stop seeing it, you feel around you other eyes watching. And you're back. Both of you are in the moment. And ambition is gone.
Well, what do they want from the... Hey! Where'd they go?
Sorry, Blue. I didn't realize that I would be superseding anything you wanted to do there.
No, it's fine.
They're at the lighthouse.
Who's at the
What
lighthouse?
did you, what did
Or they
you
will
do?
be.
Ash, what did you do?
I got the information. Let's go.
No,
Okay, let's
fine,
go
but
to
we're
the
talking about this later. And I get onto my bike, or I hop into. I would also like to see the spotlight to Magpie if they wanted to hotwire a car, perhaps, so we
Yeah,
could
what you
get
get my
there
brains
faster.
check?
Yeah.
Hold the line, caller. I got a 15. And I can see brains 15, but I don't remember when I last got a brains 15.
So, you think you can hotwire a car.
Bonza.
Unfortunately, the teachers are starting to look out the window and see you looking at their cars. You don't fail, but if you really want to steal a car, you can. It just might not be a great idea.
Are there any English or history teachers?
Well, this is Mrs. Burton who teaches English.
Uh-huh.
And there's a history teacher. Mrs. Williams.
Hey.
Now, no one likes Mrs. Williams because she's a little bit anal about most things. So you could steal her lovely Volkswagen Golf.
Is Mrs. Williams at the window?
No, but Hardcastle is. In his lab coat.
Oh. She's gonna in a weird set of gestures, will kind of point to the car and will go. And she's gonna scoot along, and they're gonna point at just any other car, and we'll just kind of go.
Opens the window. Use your bikes.
Oh, but and just marches off. They are keeping tally of all the cars that they considered, and they're gonna look at the wiring diagrams when
I'm
they
going to
get
say
home.
that Hardcastle did see you point at the headmaster's car and went, "No." We like Hardcastle. Hardcastle's cool.
Hardcastle's a vibe.
I
Has
guess
a
they're
different
actually
tie on every day,
considering.
and they're all comedy ties.
Oh, I love those teachers. The best kind of teacher.
Yeah,
So
I
we're
guess we're
quickly going to cut over to Jules, who has been driving in this car. Hey, Jules. So,
Yay! I think
can
I'm
you
gonna
draw me a grit
die.
check?
Fuck.
There is no difficulty.
None! Again! It's another nut 20.
Hey!
Yay!
You feel as if someone tries to talk to you, but you do not pay attention.
Dang. Can I try and pay attention?
Yeah. Sat in the back of the car, leaning on the seats, in the paint me like your French girls pose, is the figure, the purple figure you saw before. And with a grit of 20, you see a purple smoke on the person driving the car. Their head is covered in this purple smoke.
Jules is suddenly kind of defensive about this.
Naughty. This wasn't the deal. You do what you want. I take my prize. This won't be good enough. Kind of reaches out and the smoke constricts around their head.
Can
And
I
The
try
driver
and
changes direction.
God damn it.
If you'd like to try and stop it, go ahead.
Can I try so it's smoke, right?
Yeah. They are
So I
as if
can
they are like, yeah, they are this weird purple amorphous cloud that looks like a lady, but also a guy, but also in between, but
Mm,
also whatever you want it to look like.
can I maybe hmm. How would I get rid? Can I roll down the windows to see if maybe the smoke just
Roll me a brains check of 5.
a 5? Okay, yeah, sure. That's a 5.
They are not really smoke.
Dang it.
They they are not applying to the laws of gravity or like
Um,
physics. This gas does
is
not work like normal gas. Because if
is
this was
there any
gas, the whole
way to
card would just be full of it. But it's like really
yeah.
contained and specific.
Can I try and sever the connection somehow? Can I just like check to see if I can figure out how to sever the connection?
Yeah, I feel like I think there's a couple of things you could do. I think you could physically try and stop the hand from reaching into her head. You could try and talk to Lucy and
Mm-hmm.
charm Lucy into paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think those are your 2 options. So I think that's either a fight or a charm.
I'm going to try and charm Lucy to pay attention to me.
Great. I'm going to need you to roll me a 15.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. What is my charm? God dang it. Oh, that's a D8 and I need a 15.
You could explode twice. You never know. Unfortunately, no one else is in the scene with you either, so no one can donate points to you.
So I have adversity, right? Which I
Yeah.
can use.
1 point plus 1 bonus, or your strengths might do stuff as well.
Mhm.
It is very difficult. It's not
I
impossible,
am
but it's super
skilled
difficult.
at bargaining. Could that help me in any way?
If you were dealing with ambition, yes. You're not dealing with ambition.
Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna pray that I can roll an 8 and a 7. Or actually, I need an 8 and. Yeah, I do need an 8 and a 7.
Yeah. That doesn't look like an 8 to me.
I wish there was a 7. Ugh.
Your words do not seem to be getting to Lucy's ears.
Can I try blow the radio? Just turn the radio on and full volume.
Yes, nothing changes. But you do hear someone coming through the radio. I told you to run!
And where the fuck am I supposed to go?
They don't
It's pretty
respond.
much what they do.
But I will say this, Jules. Could you roll me a brains of 7?
Huh. That's a 4.
No, it wasn't. It couldn't have been. That would make any sense.
I have a D6 for brains.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made any sense. You must have been imagining it. It couldn't have been who you thought it was.
Dang it. Dang it.
You get more adversity tokens. Listen, failing's great. You've got so many adversity tokens. Failing. So yeah, the driver changes direction and you start driving towards the lighthouse.
Oh, and Terminator is still trying to get to us, right?
Oh, absolutely, Terminator's still after you.
Can I get into the back seat and try and open a window and see
Yeah,
if I can throw anything at it?
Okay, yeah, we'll call that a fight check. We'll call that a fight of. Yeah, we'll call that a 7.
I have an idea. Wait. Can I put the car in rear while Lucy's not paying attention?
That's a fight of 9.
I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it.
Are you no longer climbing into the back?
Yeah, I'm no longer climbing
Okay.
into the back. I'm gonna take it. Pray. Since I'm gonna roll this. This is the yeah, this. That is a 12.
Nice.
Okay. You
And I do
throw
have a
the car
plus
into
1 too,
reverse.
so I'm like
It does go into reverse and it does hit Charlie, who stumbles backwards. And then the figure, who's still been there, places a hand on yours. And you feel the most excited you've ever felt for just a moment. Like you are fulfilling your deepest need and want and desire. It just fills you with a sense of
freedom.
euphoria. And for a moment, you're kind of frazzled in that state. Roll me a grit check. No difficulty.
Again? You're killing me, Callum.
No, that's what she's trying to do.
18.
You recover. You snap out of it.
Yeah.
But that feeling, you want it again. You don't. You absolutely do not want that feeling again, but you want it again. Your body feels like it's missing that sense of fulfillment and ecstasy and pleasure.
I'm gonna slap myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And you still feel it not being there, but you like, I definitely do not want it. Even though it was the best thing you've ever felt. The car is back into forward and is heading up to the lighthouse.
Oh,
Is everyone else going to bike to the lighthouse?
Yeah.
Great.
did Charlie die because he got hit by the car?
Oh,
Did the
absolutely not.
branches break?
No.
Dang it.
It is visually different enough that I will say, because you've seen Charlie get hit enough times, you're pretty sure whatever happened to Charlie is more secure than what happened to Mark.
Okay.
I think you can put 1 and 2 together. When Mark left the classroom, whatever he met, which was probably Charlie, did what happened to him.
Yeah. Okay.
So everyone else is biked to the lighthouse, and I'm going to say, due to the reversing and the messing around that's happened, you get there shortly after the car pulls up. You are some very determined children off to save Jules, and there has been enough chaos. And I would almost say, actually, it seemed shorter than it should be.
It was probably a curvy road too, and we just, beelined it.
It was a curvy road, and your route was shorter than expected.
Okay.
Lucy kind of gets out the car and is like holding her head. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't a deal. I She loses consciousness, but is still standing.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, you're all there. You see this.
Yeah.
Are
First, we
there?
check on Jules. Jules, are you okay?
Jules is probably gonna like stumble out of the car and just look at Lucy, then look at everyone and be like, "Oh, I'm in deep shit. I'm in deep shit, mate.
Where's Charlie?
Charlie
I don't know.
is currently not there.
Okay.
I hit them with the car when I put it in reverse, but there was another thing that happened that, oh god, I've been having dreams. I'm seeing shit, bro. Is this the weed?
Charlie's not there, but Liz is.
Is she okay?
Liz is coming out of the lighthouse. Stop it! This isn't what we agreed to. Stop her! And it's as if something's choking her. And then she also goes unconscious, but is still standing up.
What is happening?
It's the purple
I
thing,
take.
the thing with the tentacles, the whatever it is. It's a smoke thing. It's somewhere in here.
What?
There was
My character, while you're talking, I'm staring at the lighthouse.
The
And
lighthouse is on. It's not meant to be.
it's day 2. There was a purple thing with smoke. Then there was a guy that looked like, I don't know, a James Bond movie or something. Hair slicked back. Black suit thing. Better than the headmasters, than whatever the guy was wearing.
Oh, Ambition. We met him.
You met the guy from my fucking nightmare.
El Diablo, the devil. I'm gonna spend an adversity point to activate intuitive. I'm looking at this lighthouse.
Yeah.
Are the answers to our questions about everything going on inside?
No.
We're not going to get any answers here. We need to get out of here.
Is Liz or is it Lucy the driver?
So Lucy was the driver.
Lucy.
Liz is the girl that you haven't seen, but the audience
got
and I have seen in the opening scene. And you all know Liz to be the daughter of the mayor.
Got it. And both of them are unconscious right now.
Both of them are standing up, unconscious, as if something is holding them.
I check on the one that's closest to me, probably Lucy.
Yeah. She's alive. It's just that something is currently wrong with her head. You don't understand what's happening. This doesn't make any sense. Like, sure, a guy called Ambition, which is a weird name, but is definitely his name, showed up and gave you cheat codes to figure out what was going on. And now these two girls are just kind of standing there. And that's when you hear as Charlie climbs up the cliff face.
Ace gets out her bat and is just stood there like.
Yeah.
We're not sitting for this shit. And Jules is probably gonna get up in the driver's seat.
Elsie's gonna get next to Ace and is gonna War of the Worlds again.
So
Where does the cliff take?
the cliff. Well, so some of the cliff takes you into a sheer drop into the ocean. Some of it takes you down into town. Yeah.
I have a very dumb and crazy idea. Can I put something on the acceleration and manage to hit Charlie with the car so that he goes in the ocean?
Yes. Roll me a brains check of 7.
I need to explode the dice again.
Stop using your brain.
Well, please, I beg of
Hold on,
you.
what other stats are we? We could call this a.
This could be a fight check.
It's a little bit more finesse than that, isn't it?
Prawn?
Let's call it a brawn. Because you've got
When
to.
you think of finesse, think brawn.
Yeah. You've got to get out the car. If you don't get out the car, I'm going to tell you right now. If you get a 1, there will be consequences for Jules.
You get a +1 to brawn.
You do get a +1 to brawn, so you
I
can't.
do have a +1 to brawn. Okay. That's a 10.
Cool.
I keep having such good rolls today. Holy shit.
Yeah. So you kind of send the car off the cliff. Everyone else can see the car coming and gets out the way. And Charlie and the car go careening off the cliff. Luckily, there's no one beneath them. So, as the car lands on Charlie, it kind of falls back over, and you see some smoke from the car. And this is Hardcastle's car, which is covered in his special chemical. And it ignites.
Oops.
Yeah.
Now can we go?
How disappointing. You all see the purple figure. I guess I lose. You can have their souls. Fine. I'll be watching you. All of you. So, I'm going to ask each of you the same question. Who do you desire most?
Mrs. Bird.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see Mrs. Burton saying this. And if you don't have the answer yet, that's fine. But the person you desire most in life is who's speaking to you.
I'm trying to remember what were our lines and veils about romance among players. I'm trying to remember.
You know what? That's fair. We haven't discussed that yet. So that's a discussion for after the session. But let's for now just say the thing that you
A boy
see,
at school.
A boy at school. Great. You
It's
see
a
a
boy
boy at
at
school. And you see whoever you desire most. I won't ask you to answer the question, but consider it. Think about it. Because we will be seeing a lot of this thing. She lets go of the 2 girls. The kind of smoke drifts away from their head. And I thought I was going to have a trump card in my hands in the first move. It seems my sibling has chosen better subjects. Well, at least one of you. I'll be seeing you. disappears. And with that, we'll bring our session to an end.
Yeah. Woo!
That was a preview to the end.
Oh no.
Yay,
It occurs to me
Jules
we could
almost
have
died.
Castle LoJack before I sold my soul to the devil, but next time.
I tried. I tried, Asher. I tried.
Trust the goth. They know what they're talking about.
Yes.
This was a hell of a time. I hope everyone at home enjoyed, and I hope my players enjoyed. We're going to sign off, and we'll be here next week, hopefully with a more stable stream.
Yeah.
and not held together by gaffer tape. I didn't realize you were going to solve this issue in one session, so I have to really think about what's next. But I will go last because I'm the GM and I don't have to go first anymore. Yay! So we're
Yay.
going to go the reverse way. So I want to say goodbye. You can talk about your social media, and sell anything you need selling. This is your time to sell. Magpie.
Hey, I'm Magpie. You can find me literally anywhere on Antique Horror, and by literally anywhere I mean Twitter and Blue Sky. I have nothing to sell at the minute. Hopefully, I will soon. But yeah.
Great. Hector.
I'm Okami, and I do really mean that. Right now, I'm gonna be over on the Exquisite Corpse channel doing two spooky one shots. One of Triptych later in the month, and then another of I almost said Grand Guignol. No. Candela Obscura, which I'm really excited to play. And then every Monday, I'm over at the Greater Restoration channel. 3 Mondays out of the month, playing Blue Rose, Tears of a Blue Rose. So go check me out there.
Rice.
Hi, and goodbye, I guess. This is gonna be me signing off. I have nothing to sell at the moment, but who knows? I might start streaming. I might even write a book. We'll find out in the future.
Just fuck around and find out. That's how
Yeah,
it
we're
goes.
gonna find out. I mean,
Yeah.
depends how my engineering career goes.
Blue.
Hey, I'm Blue. You can find me on the internet at Sanguis Blue on most forms of internet platforms, social media, that kind of thing. I am currently doing a cosplay build and will be posting more photos and stuff about that on Instagram if you want to follow that, because MCM is happening at the end of this month. On top of that as well, on the 21st of October is Roll for Good. The player signups for that has now closed, but you can still come in and check out the stream. We are raising money for AKT charity, which is for LGBTQ plus kids and teens who are in problem homes or homeless, and we're raising money to help them. So 21st of October, come check it out.
Great. And finally, Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex, Alexotica on Twitter, Lex Wilson on Blue Sky, and probably from there you can find me on other social media. Some evergreen things to promote. I was a writer on the video game Life is Strange Before the Storm from Deck 9 and Square Enix. And as an actor, I was in the film Curse of Aurore, Aurore, which is on streaming on a lot of Amazon Primes throughout the world. So yeah, check us out. Thank you for joining us.
And finally, me. I have been Callum, will continue to be Callum after the stream ends, though most of the stream I wasn't me, many other people. You can find me on the internet in most places as Theatre Callum. I currently don't have much else going on but my blog, which is also found at theatrecallum.blog, where I'm talking a lot about Welsh theatre and British theatre, and I might have a lot of blogs up in the next couple of weeks because I've got a lot to talk about. We will be back next week. I hope everyone enjoyed and will come back. And please tell your friends about this. Um, the more souls we have, the more powerful we are. And with that, goodbye.